Hello, and welcome to the Vergecast. Today is August 20th. The week began sometime previously to this. I am Neil Patel. To my right is Dieter Bone.
Hello.
To my left,
Christopher Thomas Plante.
Chris Plante is in the building.
What's up?
Look at this guy.
Hi.
He's in from Austin. We're going to talk about why I ran him out of town later.
Sure.
And then, my friends, in the hype seat, special encore performance, my man,
Hey.
Sam the Man Sheffer.
Hey. Wow, my voice cracked. It's like my first Vergecast all over again.
She's nervous.
Hey,
Look at this guy.
I'm back
Look at this.
for one last hurrah.
So if you people thought that I was going to let Sam do his last Vergecast while I was out of town,
With just Dieter, like, what is that?
you people,
Just me?
you people are crazy. There's no way I'm letting this boy out without doing one last show with me. So Sam is here.
Hey.
I believe it's actually technically illegal for Sam to be here because you are now,
maybe.
in fact, an employee of Mashable.
Yeah.
The police are on their way.
That's fine.
Yep.
We can't. This is
They're
not
coming to
allowed.
take me away. Haha. They're coming to.
Jesus Christ.
Remember
Wow.
that?
Just because I can't
How
fire
old
you
did
doesn't
Mashable make you? Are you 90 now?
I say,
The internet.
just because you.
I'm drinking water, by the way.
I'm saying just because I can't fire you doesn't mean I won't fire you.
I'm out.
Watch it. All right. So Sam is gone, but he's here again, like you do.
Yeah.
Which is great. When we were just talking, Sam had a going away party on Friday. And again, Sam, you don't work here anymore. You can just tell the people the truth. Sam got drunk at his going away party.
Oh, yeah. Belligerent. I mean, Neil, I was like, shots now, picklebacks.
No, you are the one who said, that's not me. That was not.
So then I had some sort of reverse, like, drunken, like, who said what kind of.
You did your thing and I
vendetta.
helped.
It was great.
Hype check picklebacks.
10 out of 10. But those picklebacks
This is
were
New York
so.
bias.
Yeah.
This is
No.
New York.
New
Yeah,
York
did you
drinks
see this?
3,000% more picklebacks per person, per capita than anybody else on the
That's
planet.
because picklebacks are amazing.
Explain what a pickleback
It's
is.
true.
All right, you take a shot of your preferred whiskey and then you down it with pickle juice. And this
You
bar,
follow it with pickle juice.
And you don't
Yeah,
do your
follow.
preferred. You do
Chase.
one that is cheaper because you're not going to chase like a really fine whiskey with
Oh, yes.
pickle juice.
Yeah,
I mean-
Macallan. Nah, pickle
yeah.
juice. That's delicious.
Look, I think we were ripping Jameson, right? And then they gave us this artisanal pickle juice that was spicier and hotter and more worthy.
No,
than
it was
than
gross.
yeah, it was busted. But it was great.
So, Sam, we had some emotional bro moments.
Bro
Yeah.
moments.
Bromance.
Oh, hey.
That's my new
Bromance.
That's my new Hallmark card line. Bromance. It's just pictures of me and Sam looking longingly at each other.
Oh, yeah. Those were great. When my hair was like super emo.
Yeah. No.
When it was. Can you take off your hat really quick?
Is your friend leaving for an amazing career opportunity?
Oh, yeah.
Celebrate with this bromento.
That's so weird. I didn't know Tears for Fears were still together.
Oh, no. My name is Christopher Angel, and I will be performing magic for you tonight.
You are a
Are you
mind
just
freak.
making fun of
Old.
yourself?
Yeah. That's what I do.
It's like I'm gonna miss you, and then
No, you
I
guys
ain't
have made
gonna
fun of
miss
me
you.
for the last year, and now it's my turn to make fun of
For the
myself.
last year.
that's not
That-
how that works either.
I'm gonna drink my water.
That's not water.
No, it is.
Voice cracked.
Gosh.
All right. Well, Sam, we got one last
Let's do the show.
roll. It's actually there's a lot going on.
Let's
this
talk
week.
about tech.
Let's do it. I don't even know. What
What happened this week?
A lot. So it's Verge Hack week.
Things happen.
So I will say
Yes.
this. It's a Verge Hack week.
Yep.
Yes.
Which is why Plante's in town. We have all these people in town.
The biggest hack in the company.
No, we have all these people in town. Plante's in town. Ricker's in town. Jameson Cox is here. Who else is here?
Brian Bishop is here.
Mike is here.
Mike's here.
And then we have all these product people who you might have just seen on a special episode of the Vergecast that we did just prior to this. And I'm a tyrant. I make everybody sit next to each other and like change their seats every day, so everyone has to meet each other.
Oh, that's smart.
Everyone's also, our office is not big enough to accommodate this number of people, so there's
Yeah.
a lot of sort of forced cuddling going on.
Also, the people in charge of our building think that everybody goes home at 4:30 and they turn off the air conditioner.
It's 4:30 now.
Man,
No, it's got to be 6 still.
I mean, the place gets super hot.
Yeah.
Everything changed since you left.
Yeah.
Everything's different now. It's a whole different place. It's been 4 days. Air conditioner's off.
They hand us $1 million bills on our way out of
Yeah.
the office every day.
Casey Newton's just
Strange.
been here since 8 a.m. drunk. No, I'm kidding. Who knows?
I believed you.
All right, so actually, there was a lot of tech news this week. We should talk about it. Casey, sorry, Casey. So actually, there's some phones on the table here.
Yeah.
So Dieter, you reviewed the Note 5.
Right here.
B for Boss, no 5.
Wait, hold on.
I'm not part of
We're not done with.
Also, that's not your job.
No, it
you're
is.
you're the B for the bust. We ask you.
No.
No, that's hype check.
Oh, damn, you're
Well,
right.
Yeah, how long's it
Yeah,
been?
where have
man?
you
Jeez,
been?
B for
Well,
Boss
the
is
show's
Snapchat
been off the air
property.
for like at least 48 hours.
Yeah.
Here's what I know. This group,
is a Note
Plant
5.
and Sam, and we're like
And
VC 2.0, the real return.
Just
It's just chaos in
if
here.
you're watching the live stream, you can look at me through the Note 5. It's pretty amazing.
So that we have the Note 5, the Galaxy S6 Edge Plus, and
Yes.
the OnePlus 2 were all reviewed this week.
Yes.
I'm going to say this. I'm putting it out there.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch to Android.
I'm doing the same thing.
Sure you will.
Yeah, but
no, I will
Sure
say
you will.
the screen on the S6 Edge
Yeah,
Plus.
it's a beautiful
It
display.
looks insane.
But here's-
I don't like OLED screens. Everyone knows that. Like,
this is fine. This
it's
is
like
great.
way
this is
beyond it.
unbelievable.
I took a picture of Micah earlier, and I was like, "This is a painting. It looks like it's painted on the screen." I've looked at a lot of screens.
So
I think
there's-
you've looked at a lot of screens too.
There's the Notes, there's the OnePlus 2, there's the new Moto X, and there's also the upcoming Nexus 5 and Nexus 6, whatever they're going to call them. That's
Yeah.
like the panoply of amazing Android phones that are coming.
Right.
And man,
Let me see the Note.
I read the Note. I didn't give it like the highest score ever because it's a beautiful, nearly perfect phone, but I don't know if it's a Note.
I don't know what that means.
What?
Yeah.
So here's the thing: like, what defines a Note? 3 things. It's huge. It is
But
like
all phones are huge now.
exactly. So that's gone. It's an insane power user device that lets
Hello.
you put extra memory in it. It's got a crazy processor, and you can swap out the battery whenever you want.
Yeah, that's a stylus.
So that's gone
clicky.
too. You can't do those things. It's powerful enough, but it's not like, oh my god. Although it does have 4 gigs of RAM, which is pretty amazing.
I'm kind of dying for a phone with 4 gigs.
And then the third thing is a stylus. So it loses like 2 of the 3 things that I think that in my mind define what a Note is. But that said, I don't know how notey it is, except the stylus stuff is better.
Well, they made
and
that-
it is just an incredibly good phone.
But they made that instead of an S6 Plus, right?
Right.
It's just the big S6.
Well, I mean, there's the S6 Edge Plus,
but
which is a
they
big
have to
S6
make,
Edge.
but they couldn't make a Note Edge.
Well,
Did they make a Note Edge before? They made a Note
yeah,
Edge.
of course.
No,
No, they
no.
made a Note Edge, but it only had 1 edge.
Oh,
Yes.
right. Okay.
Right.
So then they
And-
made
and
the
this has no
S6 Edge
stylus.
Plus.
Right.
So that is really the Note Edge. Samsung's names are all blown
Well,
up.
the Note means
I'm sorry.
stylus. Note means
Here's
stylus.
what I'll say.
You're not wrong.
We don't play a lot of games, but I have never come across a phone name as bad for SEO as the Galaxy S6 Edge Plus with a plus sign.
Yeah, it's not good.
I mean, like literally, how will anyone find this phone? They won't. But I think that one's a novelty.
But
that
it might
screen-
be novelty, but it turns. I think that the scuttlebutt is that the S6 Edge is doing better than the S6.
What? Let's talk about where you receive your scuttlebutt.
I hear things.
You hear things.
I heard it from another podcast. So.
The Scuttlebutt podcast.
I don't know if it's true. But regardless,
Butt Scuttle, the Scuttlebutt podcast.
This is the Note.
Yeah.
This is gorgeous.
I know,
Right.
It's in the
I'm
gold,
not
which isn't
one
coming to
for
the U.S.
Tech,
But
let me tell you,
What is tech?
That's a great question, and you can
That's a
find out
podcast
on
by
What's
Chris Paul.
Tech.
hype check tech.
I mean, forever.
Really warm.
Wait,
my
hype
heart.
check the Note 5.
Oh
Hey,
my-
You're here. It's your last one.
I mean, those two Samsung phones are stupidly nice.
Yeah.
It's been a while since Samsung has made a nice phone, and those phones are nice as hell.
The cameras
Yeah.
are great.
Cameras
the screens are amazing.
and they're so fast.
The software is
the
not
Edge screen
overbearing.
is better than the Note screen. I'm just saying it.
Wait,
here's
you like
thing
the
though.
edges, or you're saying the
No,
display?
the display. Like
The
They're using different
display-
displays.
Switch me.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man. Like
swap 'em over.
Just
Give Chris that
watching
Yeah.
the stuff curve over to the side. You're like, oh, it's fine, and then you notice it, and then you don't like it, and then
I'm
you do
just-
like it, and then you're like, and then you pick it up, and you realize that like when it's sitting at a table and you just want to pick it up, there's nothing to grab. You
Yeah, but
can't,
then
like,
you.
Yeah, that was the problem with the iPhone
your
6 and 6
fingers
Plus
broken?
also, too.
But when you look at the screen,
Yeah.
and your
Until-
eyes vomit pure joy into the world.
until you
Because
look
of
at the
the
left and the right
edges?
side.
Not because of the edges, because the lamination
No.
is so tight.
What's the
Oh.
difference between
That
those
it-
two screens?
I don't know.
I think the lamination on that one, on the edge,
So
is better.
think you're a crazy
Neli's
person.
wrong.
Oh,
So here's
whoa.
here's the reason you're wrong, and this is my same beef with my iPhone
Beef.
6, which has broken. Do you realize everyone's iPhone 6s are busted in the office because
Yeah.
they break like
Yeah.
it's their job? I
Break
dropped
gate.
mine from like 2 feet high and it busted to shit. But I don't like the jewel look. I don't like this. I don't like the smooth edges.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they break too, because they don't have those like hard
Is your phone in a
blocky
case?
sides. No, I've never carried a phone in a case. It's never broken.
Here's my suggestion. As a man who has used every iPhone sans iPhone 1, put this
There was
thing-
no iPhone 1.
iPhone 2G.
There you go.
Yeah, I would tell you.
I
to
mean,
put a
it
6
wasn't
in
even
the
called
case,
iPhone 2G.
but-
That's like the
called the
nerd. No, that's like the nerd speak for iPhone 2G
damn.
because it ran.
Oh, I
Edge.
see. Sam went to Mashable now.
No,
Now he
I'm
talks
just
like
saying,
the regular
like,
people.
The original iPhone. Excuse me. Anyway, I was very against. I'm still against cases, but this phone needs a case, and it's way better with a case. I enjoy touching leather. Quote me.
What? You got a real attitude problem over there, Mashable Chef.
Look, I'm just saying, phone cases protect your phones when you
No,
drop
I have
them.
I
You have your in the leather case too. And so
and
does
I will
Peter.
say that leather case is falling to shit faster than any
yeah, this thing
Apple
is
product
disgusting.
ever made.
Yeah, it's busted.
Like, I don't think Apple made that case for people to buy them. I think they made that
They
case.
pooped it out and they charging $60 for it. They are charging $60 and it's ridiculous. This
Yeah.
thing is not the best, but it's fine.
Why?
What?
You guys, these phones
I
are so
want
good.
this
Why are we
phone.
talking about iPhone cases?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Because he started with the iPhone.
Yeah.
Well, I was grumpy because it's an ugly design compared to it. Can I tell you my fear though? And I think this is the fear of like a person who's about to upgrade, is that I will buy that now.
You want me to unlock that
I'll
for
go
you?
buy it right
Yeah.
now, and then Apple's gonna announce like some miracle phone.
Well, yeah.
Which,
Like straight up, nobody should buy a phone until the end of October.
but
Because
that's
you will
so
find
long.
I know,
and that
because you'll
phone's
find out
so
about the new
pretty.
iPhones, you'll find out about the new Nexuses, that you'll get a chance to see the reviews of the Moto X, and then you'll actually be able to compare everything together.
Also, that new watch looks sick.
Which
I don't
one?
even like those damn watches. The new Samsung watch.
Oh, dude, you don't want that. I promise you.
looks
I
pretty
promise
good.
It
you.
runs Tizen, right?
Yeah, you don't want
Oh,
that.
it does?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. I mean, the problem with these is that they still run Samsung software.
Yeah, except Samsung software is not so bad anymore. Like I've got it on the default, like, neon. I call it pastel blue and neon green, which I think just go so well together. But you can their theme store actually has enough other things in it here where you can just switch it to something that's pretty close to material design. And most of the other stuff is either like hidden or turned off by default. And you stick a custom launcher on it, like a Nova. Like, yes, I'm saying very nerdy things, but this is a note. It's meant for very nerdy people.
Yeah. Dieter's been talking about how it should be a server in your pocket for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Where is the Google Play edition of those phones?
Where's
never
Andy?
coming.
There's no such there hasn't been a Google Play edition in like 20 years. I mean, they did those couple, and
Yeah.
then they stopped. The Google Play edition of anything is
It's like
get a
you're-
Nexus or get a Motorola.
Yeah, but
There you
you're
go.
making these justifications for making the phone better when it's like you should open the box and have the experience that you want.
Yeah, or you could get a phone that actually has an incredible camera.
Right.
Or you could just wait till the new iPhone comes out.
You could spend 5 minutes to like customize the software and have something that actually multitasks. Right? You could have something where
This is the beef cast.
You
Me
could
and
have
Peter
something
going
where
at it.
notifications don't make you want to stab yourself in the face.
I prefer stabbing in the eyes, but
Okay.
sure.
Here's what I have never been more ready to upgrade an iPhone than
The 6.
the 6 Plus and iOS 8. That combination it's just I've never had like when the 5S was to the
but
6.
here's the thing: the iOS 9 might change your mind. It's pretty good.
No, I'm sure. I'm just saying like this moment where there's like a month left before new iPhones come out. I'm like ready. I'm like, give me a new iPhone, give me a new iOS, like whatever's happening with this phone. It doesn't have enough memory.
It doesn't.
Yeah, the
It's
RAM
pathetic.
is insane. The Note 5, 4 gigs of
Yeah,
RAM.
and
1, 2, 3,
the
4
rumor for
gigs
the
of RAM.
6S is what, 1 gig of RAM now?
I thought it was 2.
It's still, it's a joke.
Yeah.
And it's going to start at 16 gigs again? Like, come on. I mean, that's a fiasco that still exists.
Right. And I've just never
Anyway.
been so like in my review, I was reading my 6 Plus review from basically a year ago now. And what I was like, it has some rotation problems, but I bet Apple will fix that right away.
Wah, wah.
And it's like, nope. If I'm watching a video, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna rotate this phone.
It's just like,
It just
which way?
it just like crashes. It's like, yep, we're done.
Oh,
we're over this idea.
Yeah. I can't. Every I'd say 5th time I unlock my iPhone, it's in landscape, and I can't get it to switch.
So
back.
what? So let's talk about the OnePlus 2 real quick.
Yeah. So
By the way, at the back of this phone, so we have a OnePlus 2 here. The back of
For
this
the
phone
for the
yeah,
readers.
so
feels like
What is the
sandpaper.
OnePlus 2?
the OnePlus
The
2 is
listeners.
Sam. There you go.
the OnePlus 2
Maybe they're
is the
reading.
phone from a company called OnePlus.
Hype check not knowing the difference between a listener and a reader.
Dan Seifert reviewed it. If you want to buy this, you are basically out of luck because there's like a 1 million person long waiting list.
Right.
And it's the Android phone that like has the most like I don't know, I'll call it nerd hype, right?
Yeah.
There's lots and lots of folks that like just want this thing because they believe in it in a deeply nerdy way.
It runs its own version of Android, but it's
Doesn't it
It's
run?
called Oxygen.
Yeah.
It's basically stock Android with some customization, some of which like make apps look bad, but they're going to fix that because they're actually pretty good at that.
How's the camera, Dieter?
No.
So
Yeah.
the camera is slow. If you're in light, you actually get good color. There's been Dan and I went round and round on it. It's like, there's no way the camera's as good as you say it is. And he's like, yeah, it's slow, but look at these photos. And then like he was right. But like the deal with the OnePlus 2 is like it's like $380, I think. And for that price, you get something that feels pretty premium.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to spend a little bit and get a phone that feels really good, and it comes with a sandpaper back, but you can pop it off and switch it out to like a wood back or some other back, or I don't know, you can have it listen to that back pop off.
And the display is only 1080, right, Dieter?
The display is only 1080, which helps with battery life. But the display looks actually really good. It's got a fingerprint sensor. You know, it's like
Capacitive home button.
Yeah, but here's the problem with it: no NFC, which is, I mean, everybody's like NFC's a nerd thing. No, like mobile payments are like actually happening now. So I think it's a lovely phone.
Do you think that's true for the next 2 years?
Cool. Yeah.
You do think that the average person is going to need NFC within the next year and a half, 2 years?
I think that the average person will be happier with a phone that has NFC.
I think lots of average people have NFC in their phones because they have iPhones.
Yeah.
Well, sure, but do you think they use it?
I think Apple Pay is like slowly becoming a thing.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else uses them for anything. I think the reason OnePlus 2 can get away with no NFC is because what you use NFC for on an Android phone is like tapping to turn on a Sony speaker.
No, Android Pay. It does Google Wallet now. It'll do Android Pay when that comes out.
But it's not out. That's what I'm saying. It's not out.
Yeah, but you can do Google Wallet now.
If you're the sort of person who's spending $340 on this phone, you're going to buy a new phone in 6 months.
Yeah,
Probably.
But I also, the back of this phone feels like garbage. It feels like a nail file.
I like it.
I feel like
It's
I should
all right.
take off my shoes and,
You can
like,
just get a different
give myself a
back.
pedicure.
It's got a ringer switch.
That like
Feels
I might have
great.
I might have
envisioned
over.
that.
Feels like I'm going to
did.
do a kickflip with
It's a
it.
very utilitarian phone. It's a very business and back, party in the front phone.
That's not a party.
No, it's
Who says to themselves, "I'm going to give myself a pedicure with my phone"? That's a party.
Well, no, that's why the party's in the front where the screen is.
This is the business.
It's a reverse mullet, kind of like Sam's haircut.
All right. All right.
What else happened this week?
Anyway.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh wait, there's one more thing we got to talk about.
What's that?
The BlackBerry Android slider.
Oh my god! You guys,
That's
There's like
real.
some phone. There's some phone
You guys?
ish going on, dude.
You guys.
Phones have been not exciting for so long.
you guys,
Oh my god, Dieter's just having a moment.
vertical slider, physical keyboard made
He's
by
doing
the
it-
best mobile phone keyboard maker on the planet.
False. That
The screen curves away like the edge. If you're into that, I don't care.
If you are listening to this
I'm
and you're in
telling
your
you,
car, know
right
that for the
now-
past 5 minutes, Dieter has been doing like airplane wings with his arms.
I'm just like flying.
he's just floating. All right.
Have you played with
the thing about having
No,
a
he just looked at
keyboard
GIFs. That's what,
on your
that's-
phone is that you can just start typing on it and things happen. You don't have to like hit a field for the keyboard to pop up. You just start typing and like the thing you want to happen starts happening.
Wait, so
you
you're
don't have
saying
to go
that
searching
physical
for an
keyboards
icon.
are better than
I'm saying that
software
physical keyboards
Oh,
are
great.
kind of magical. And I
Great.
also am fully willing to admit that they are slower and less accurate than a touchscreen keyboard if you're proficient at a touchscreen keyboard. For sure. I grant you that, but it doesn't feel as good, and you can't do that type to do stuff thing. They're also, apparently, we've seen pictures
If you're at home in your car, if you're at home in
BlackBerry
your car,
sitting in your driveway.
Get out.
if you live in your car, the Verge is hiring. We can help you.
I'm
But
telling
if
you
you're
right
home
now,
or in your car,
you should not buy this phone, but I'm going to buy the shit out of this
the
phone.
look on Chris Plant's face right now.
Don't get me wrong. I love tactile keyboards.
Right.
I had the Nokia phone
Yeah.
that you snapped in half, and there was like part of the keyboard on the
Wow.
left,
Yeah, I
and
had
part of the
that
keyboard on the
phone.
right.
It was great.
What
I had a
model was
sidekick,
that?
Yeah.
and the sidekick was my jam.
Yeah.
That said,
You know, I bet you like the Sidekick more than Sam did.
What sidekick did you have, Plant?
OG.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The black and white one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Never had it.
they were fantastic.
Yeah.
You're about to throw shade. Like, I get
I'm
it.
not.
I
No,
get it.
it's just like I would love a great keyboard attached to like this. You know, like a nice a
Samsung makes
phone,
one,
a phone
kind
from
of.
a company
Oh,
that
yeah.
I trust.
Don't get me wrong. BlackBerry definitely does not have the
Hype check
best
the
history.
Samsung keyboard attachment.
Yeah, I dug a hole to China. That's where it is.
So
What does that mean? Is that
like
racist?
No, the hype levels are so negative that we're like on the other side of the world.
like, okay, two things about keyboards. One, don't buy it because you think you'll be better and a better typist. Buy it because you have an
Peter's just in
affinity
his
for
own
it.
place.
Just buy it because you like the. It's like why would you buy an Edge? Why would you buy a phone that has a screen that curves away? You'd buy it because it makes you happy and it makes you feel good. Just it's okay. It's like the stylus on the Note 5. Is it really going to make you more productive? No, but you enjoy interacting with a phone that way. If you enjoy it, it's okay. Just go get it.
It's okay to like
Two,
things.
that keyboard. The
This
Note
guy.
5 tack-on keyboard.
Are you just like a sensation at Mashable? Do you just walk around like uttering cones?
Yes, that's what I do. I just tweet in real life, basically.
Sam's like, I don't know any of you. I just want you to know that I'm Sam Sheffer. It's okay to like things.
I may not always be Mashable.
Everyone at Mashable is like clapping. They're like, who is this kid? Where do we find him?
Kid, I'm back as a kid.
What?
There's if you cool.
They're like, who is this young Turk coming from the cold to hip us up?
With his skateboard that says Thrash on it.
Really? It says Thrash on it.
Dude, I don't mess around, man.
Oh my god!
It does, Sam. I will
got a
confirm.
skateboard that says Thrasher.
Sam has a
I
skate-
shred the Nord, bruh.
Okay. Well,
Wow.
Sam, I check what you just did.
That boss is hell.
Let me very quickly
right.
just the keyboard.
Finish.
Just really
Oh,
quick.
Finish the keyboard.
If you don't know, the Note 5 has a keyboard case, and you can like slap a keyboard on it. It actually changes the UI of the phone, which is really cool. And it's stupid. It's dumb to type on. It's a thing that nobody should buy.
$80.
But it's technically really cool because it uses electrostatic, and so like there's no like Bluetooth. It's just like when you hit it, it's like it
touches the screen?
It doesn't touch the screen. It's like if you hover the Note stylus over a Note screen, it can detect it. So it uses those little tiny signals to send the keyboard input.
Okay.
It's cool.
It's cool.
Don't buy it.
It's hashtag tech. That's what it is.
They certainly spent a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Money.
Samsung's like, we made this. It took a long time. Many engineers worked on it. They feel bad about themselves.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like
Onward and upwards.
some nerd like me is like, "Oh man, this is cool. I don't want it, but I like the phone it goes with, and then I'll buy the phone."
I gotta make some money,
Okay.
and then
Dance for dollars, baby.
look, man. You think you don't have to dance at Mashable? They have you tap dancing all night. I don't know what that means. That just sounds hard.
Before or after picklebacks? Or both?
SoftLayer, my friend, delivers a cloud built on demand. Your business, your applications, your compute workloads are different from everyone else's. So you deserve cloud resources that meet your unique needs. Some workloads scale up and down quickly, and they benefit from virtual servers in a public cloud environment. Some workloads need the raw power of bare metal, dedicated servers for compute or storage-intensive tasks. SoftLayer is the only cloud provider that provisions bare metal servers and virtual servers from a seamless platform, all on demand. It's all connected to the same open API, and it's all connected to a global private network. SoftLayer, I bet didn't know this, IBM company. It's a cloud infrastructure foundation of all IBM cloud products and services. So even if you're not looking for infrastructure, you can benefit from SoftLayer infrastructure when you use the platform or software services from IBM Cloud. So you, the listener, and you, Chris Plante, save $500. Get $500 of cloud infrastructure by visiting softlayer.com/podcast. You can order a bare metal server. You can order a virtual server, storage, networking, security services. You get your choice of 24 data centers around the world. Those servers and services are connected to a unique network of networks separate from public, private, management traffic. So traffic to and from your cloud infrastructure travels more efficiently. You can automate and control your cloud infrastructure with granular API. You can perform necessary management actions in the easy-to-use SoftLayer customer portal. You can do basically anything. You can just go crazy in SoftLayer. Just get it. $500. Just visit the thing, softlayer.com/podcast. You get $500 off. You can do all kinds of stuff with servers and networking. Basically, look, I don't know a lot about clouds. I'm just saying this one sounds like the best one. So please visit them. Tell them you came from us. Enjoy your life. Do the do. Softlayer.com.
Okay, was that the end of the
That's
ad
the
read?
end of the ad, yeah.
Okay. If you also listen to
We got a lot of there was a big comment thread about how I need to like get more into the ads.
no, this is a call out for people. If you also listen to What's Tech, message Nilay on Twitter and let him know how much better my ad reads are. They are.
Wow.
They are fantastic.
He's
They
just
are.
throwing shade at you,
You don't do
right
it.
across
You don't
the
do
table.
it live in the moment though.
I only do one take. That's why they call me one take ad read Chris Plant.
That's why they call you Jobless Chris Plant. He's here, everybody. That's awesome. That's really great about that. All right, there's a bunch of stuff else we need to talk about.
Okay.
A bunch of
I'm gonna throw it all
Google
out there.
stuff.
There's a little bit more random Google stuff. We actually still talk about this with friends. Android M has a name. It's Marshmallow. Google admitted basically that they name it to troll people. It's adorable. More importantly, Google announced a wireless router for some insane reason. So that's that. Then there's some Apple Music sign-up rates. I threw that in there just so Sam and I could argue about Apple Music and Spotify for one last glorious time.
Wait, who's Team Spotify and who's Team Apple
I'm
Music?
Team Spotify forever. It's the best music service in the world.
Spotify is so much better.
It is. Conveniently.
It is absolutely
I literally
laughable.
don't use Apple Music.
Nobody's on Team Apple Music.
All right, so
they lost the teams.
So it's clear where we're going with this conversation. And then the last one we need to talk about is Ashley Madison. But Ashley Madison, my friend from Wisconsin.
From Madison.
Yeah, from Madison. It's weird. Their parents are like, this will be confusing.
Ashley, Madison,
Yeah.
WI. Parenthetical D. State representative.
She's a great girl.
What was that?
That was not me.
All right, well, it's probably one of the many phones here.
That was
There are
some-
like 8
that was a
phones stacked
Samsung
on the
noise.
table.
Let's get real.
No, Samsung noises just sound like peeing.
No,
Samsung noises
that's-
like plop plop.
They fixed that. They fixed that. That's different now. They got rid of the blops.
That's different
and
now.
bloops.
It's like psst. It's like, I
just
got
like
a text message.
Oh, boy.
And I also wet myself.
If Samsung just went all in on it,
Wait a minute. Can I back up a second? Did you say it sounds like peeing, and then your peeing noise was plop plop?
Plop, plop.
no, there's because that's
I have a UTI.
I was coming up with a P noise and I went with the early. You know how this happened.
Yeah.
In your head, you know what happens when you're like, I'm going to make a sound. And you can't think of the right sound, so you have to make whatever. Plop, plop. Like I got a text. That's the one.
Do it?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
it's-
man.
They stopped making those noises.
I will
though.
say that I just had a beer and now we're making these noises, and the show is definitely going to end 5 minutes early.
For people who couldn't see it, Nilay just folded his hands together and then angled them down over his crotch like a child who needed to go wee.
Anyway.
Fine.
Vergecast.
All right. So here's the story.
Yeah.
Look, this is how the Vergecast is. This is what it's going to be.
Okay.
All right. So, Micah read the story based on Music Watch. 5,000 consumers surveyed.
It's a big survey. It's big enough.
Right.
It's not
Only
healthy.
11% of iOS users, according to the survey, have tried the streaming service so far. And only according to this survey, 48% are going to keep going. Apple, very angry with this survey, reached out to Micah, said 79% of users who have signed up for Apple Music are still using it. That's two different sets of data. We obviously can't verify either of them directly because we didn't do the survey. We can't verify Apple's claims. But I will say, anecdotally, I have not thought once about Apple Music outside of turning on Beats One since like that first week. What about you, Sam?
What do you use? You use local music? You have stuff
No,
on
I'm
your
on
iPhone?
Spotify. I'm like, it's whatever. I'm like, it's still garbage.
No way.
So-
Spotify is
Good.
Here's why I'm like using Apple Music less and less.
Oh, God,
Yeah,
if you tweeted me about Google Play Music people right now, come on. Yeah,
Bring it.
They're coming. I know they're
Bring it.
always coming.
I am old, and so when I write reviews, I need to listen to the music I listened to in college. So I needed to listen to Underworld. That's how, like, if I'm like, I'm going to write now, I will listen to that because, like, I know it all. It's non-intrusive. It's basically elevator music at this point, right?
Sure.
It's great for me. So I opened up Apple Music, and I found the artist, and I went to go like, oh, we'll just shuffle all the music from this artist, and I couldn't do it. Couldn't figure out how to do it. Literally was unable to figure out how to shuffle all music from an artist on a streaming subscription service that lets me listen to everything.
I have no confidence that it will ever be good because iTunes gets worse every time I open it. Like the idea that when I tell people at the end of a podcast and I'm like, hey, it would be a huge favor for you to go out and leave a review, which it is. But then I can be like, so what you need to do is you need to download iTunes, you need to open it. You're not actually going to be able to search for my podcast. You're going to have to find, so there's these little icons, and you're going to have to find podcasts there, and you're going to have to open store, but it's not going to be the same store that you're used to, and you're going to have to search there, and then you're going to find it, but it's going to kind of be lost between everything else. It's like, how is that an interface?
Yeah.
And let alone, how is that an interface by a company of Apple's power and capability? And then when I open Apple Music and I see, I have that same agita, just trying to use it on the most basic level, and I never opened it again, because it's like I already know what this is. I already understand how this company creates and distributes software and how it wants me to get around, and I know I'm going to get lost, and I don't want that headache. Yeah. And then I open Spotify, which people give Spotify such grief for its UI. At the end of the day, here's what I do to find things. Search.
Yeah.
Type it in. It's there. And then I drag it over to the left, and it's there forever. And it's there on all of my devices instantly. Like, that's not bad UI. That is everything most normal people need.
I will say
Plant.
this.
I appreciate you taking the helm on this one.
Apple Music is really great if you let Apple tell you what to listen to.
If you just
go to the Discover stuff, if you just go to Beats One, it's lovely. If you just let Apple tell you what to listen to and just like follow their lead, it's great.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like most people want to listen to artists they want to listen
there's
to.
that.
I look at Apple Music and all I see, and I've talked about this with a bunch of people now, all I see is a bunch of business development deals that led to like this collision of bad interfaces. So like tab 1 is what the music labels wanted, tab 2 is what Apple wanted, and tab 3 is like, let's have a Jimmy Iovine wanted a radio station. Like, what the hell not? Like, it's just it's all supposed to connect, but
you think it would have been better if Apple just released Beats One Radio as like an app? And it's just like a radio app that it's just all 24/7. Then it would take that whole component out of Apple Music.
Right, and then you would just hit button. The comparison that I've been thinking about is Facebook, right? Facebook used to try to throw everything. So Facebook, the main Facebook app on your phone, Facebook calls the Blue app. It's like whatever. That's that's what they call it. And they've been just selectively pulling things out of the Blue app and making it their own app. So they pulled Messenger out. They bought Instagram. They're very clear that Instagram will never go into the Blue app. They bought WhatsApp. They're very clear that WhatsApp will never. There's the main Facebook thing that is the main Facebook thing. They pulled groups out of it.
Paper is a separate thing too.
Right. It's like, but Facebook is like, here's this constellation of functions, and you're going to look at your phone. And you're going to pick functions that we provide to you.
Yeah.
Apple is like, here's like an incoherent set of things. Like, here's a podcast app, here's an iTunes, here's like a thing, here's the App Store. And we don't know there's no unifying principle for why something is either in an app or out of an app. And that is music. Like, music it goes against the entire notion that you're going to have separate apps for all these things. Now, Apple, being Apple, they would bundle all this stuff on your phone. So they would get in tons of trouble if you bought a new phone and they had like 6 bundled music apps that you're never going to use. But I think Beats One is a particular thing. It's like so different and new. And if you're like, on every iPhone, there's an icon on the home screen and you push it and it just starts playing music at you and you can hit save when you see stuff you like. Like, I don't know if people are going to complain about that.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like, there's a party in this app. Pick your poison. Like, you want to try and find music. You want to try and sync your old music. You want to listen to radio. You want to deal with these bloopy balls. Like, it's way too much in there. Really way too much in there.
Sam Sheffer, do you want to deal with these bloopy balls?
Oh, the 3-dot menus, you mean?
No, he means the recommendation thing.
Oh,
the recommendation engine is what you might call bloopy balls.
Yeah.
And truly it is bloopy balls. Like, if I had to sit here and come up with an adequate description of Apple's recommendation UI, I would think for a while and I'd say, you know what, that thing is really some bloopy balls.
Yeah.
You really took that joke and beat it into the ground senselessly.
No, I mean, it's still breathing.
You want to listen to music. You open the music app. You can't wait to get to the music. All you want is music. You want it so bad.
Bloopy
and
balls
instead you got bloopy balls.
You just can't get music. Why do you got to deal with these bloopy balls, man?
I'm not gonna entertain the joke any further.
Oh man,
aren't you so happy?
I feel like
here's what I'm missing.
Nothing.
Where are your notes? I feel like I forgot to provide you with enough pre-show
you
material
didn't tell me
for
what was
notes.
going to happen.
All right, stream of consciousness. React to the fact that Google announced a router this week.
The internet, man. Like, right?
Wow.
Like, I got
was profound.
I have a Nighthawk. Oh man, want to
Oh,
hear
you
the
have a
story?
Nighthawk?
So I have a
That is
Nighthawk,
hardcore.
and I love my Nighthawk.
What is a Nighthawk?
So a Nighthawk, it
What?
looks like Batman's wireless router,
Basically.
Yeah.
and it has like 3 like prongs that stick up out of it real tall, and then it's like somebody's flattened a pyramid is the actual router
It's
itself.
like, is it Asus?
What?
Is it Asus?
The maker.
No. The Nighthawk is by it starts
D-Link?
Netgear.
Netgear.
Yeah. And
Really?
yes, and it's great. And you can look it up. I'm
looking it up right now.
Is it Nighthawk NITE?
It's not the newest one.
No, is it NITE or
No, it's
NIGHT?
it's Netgear. You're right. I mean, this thing looks bonkers.
It has 2 different formats that it puts
Or
it
maybe
out
it's
at.
Nighthawk like KNIGHT.
No.
Let Plan finish the damn story.
The point is, it has like the normal internet, and then it has like what's the fast Wi-Fi?
5G.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It has that too. So I have 2 different.
2.5 and
Yeah,
5G.
and I can like alternate, which helps a
2.4.
lot because what I found
Yes.
is like I always had the headache where your router dies.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like, and what I do is I just switch between those, and one is always working, which doesn't seem like it should be a thing that makes sense.
Shouldn't you just have a router that doesn't die and doesn't make you switch?
That's,
Well, no, he bought an expensive router and now it works
what I'm
all the
saying
time.
is the router is one of those systems is always working. So if one is like acting up, I don't know why this is true.
Okay.
I have a feeling it has to do with how awful Time Warner is.
Right.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
No, it probably has more to do with like interference in your house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
Well,
because
the Earth's
it was
magnetic
much
field,
worse when I was in New York.
sunspots.
Wait,
But anyway, the
aren't
point
you
is,
in Austin?
yeah. So I'm in Austin now, but the
I ran
good
him out
thing
of
is-
town.
Yeah, but fiber.
Oh no, I don't have that
We're
yet.
talking about Wi-Fi.
It's coming to me. I'm stuck with Time Warner for now.
Right. Okay.
But I use it there, and I could barely get it in like our bedroom with
Yeah.
a fancy router in New York. I use it there. I go and hang out with people 5 doors down, and I like can stay on my internet.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like the idea that I can walk down a neighborhood and then still use my Wi-Fi connection off of a router. I feel like I'm just finding the normal uses of technology.
Right.
And it's just like hitting me. I'm like,
I will
oh
say,
man,
Chris moved
tech
to
is
Austin.
good.
How long have you lived in Austin?
I've been there since May.
Okay, I will say this. Chris showed up. I haven't seen you since May, basically.
Yes.
Chris showed up for Hack Week. He looks healthier. He's got a very nice new haircut. I mean, it's like a fine new haircut, but whatever.
It's fine.
I just want you to feel good about
Pretty
yourself.
good.
He's happier.
It's true.
It's weird because he only eats tacos for every meal now.
This is also true.
And I think this is really the main thing. He's found hope. There's hope in your life.
there is.
You're
there
like,
is.
technology is actually pretty good. Like, that's the thing you just said.
Sure.
But
yeah.
when Chris lived in New York, he's like, I hate everything.
That's true.
You looked like a hobo.
Also true.
You were addicted to
Bacon,
codeine.
egg, and hot sauce.
Yeah.
My favorite breakfast meal.
Also known as codeine.
So yes, that's true. No,
I'll take one codeine, please.
you have an appreciation. Also, I didn't understand this. I had like a hint that there was tech companies in Austin, but what I've understood being there longer and going and meeting some of the people, it's like altruistic. Well, nothing's altruistic, but like wannabe altruistic Silicon Valley. Like you go and meet people and they're like, it's like, oh, what do you do? And they're like, oh, we're working on a new defibrillator that we think is like going to be like 1,000 times cheaper, and you'll be able to like give it to people in high schools, and every high school has
It's a big tech
It's like,
scene in
oh, okay,
Austin.
cool. Like
Yeah.
all the companies are more. It's weird. I think they're more evil in that they want to make more money, but they're more calculating, so they come up with good things. So it's a hardware tech scene versus a software tech scene.
Right.
And that's like really, like that's probably what's giving me more like hope
Yeah.
and like really enjoying the job more as I'm like gradually building up to hoping to cover more stuff down there.
Yeah.
Is that when I meet with people, it's like, oh, you can put something in my hands and I
Right.
get how it works.
Right. Mhm.
And I can see why you're going to make a lot of money doing something that actually probably will help people. And I think it's the app and the software culture that really was burning me out.
Really?
Because everybody's chasing them. It's so transparently chasing the money,
Right.
even though they're not making any money. Like it's people creating apps that they know don't make money in the hopes that it will give them insane valuations.
Did you see that Gawker leaked Snapchat's financials this week?
Yeah,
and they're just like burning. I mean, but that's
That's how it works.
That's how it works,
when
right? You have a burn rate, you invest, and you come
They
up.
leaked Uber's financials too, and like everybody's reaction was like, "Oh no, shit! They spend a lot of money."
Yeah.
Like, surprise.
Yeah.
But yeah, being around companies that have a little more going on in terms of, I guess, healthier ambition, or at least like an idea of like how they're going to make money seems more honest in some weird way.
Right.
And that's nice. So hopefully there'll be more of that from me on the site, I guess.
You heard it here first. I don't know where else you'd hear it second. More hope from Chris Plante.
Yeah.
All right, I got to read a thing, and then we actually do have to talk about this router.
Yeah.
You're going to hype check routers. Get ready for it. Do you need a new mattress, but you hate mattress shopping? Well, lie the hell down, because you need to hear about this new online mattress company.
Okay, this company
Lisa.
sounds awesome.
Lisa
Go on.
is like Tom's shoes, mattresses. Are you lying down? Get on the ground. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to hype this up.
Get on the ground.
Put your hands behind your head.
I have a mattress to tell you about. It's going to be soft, and it's going to be affordable, and part of it's going to go towards charity.
I mean, the ad read's done.
that's-
The insanely cool Lisa mattress is exclusively online. Where hopefully we'll be able to buy it in prison where Chris just put you. It ships compressed your door for free. It has 3 unique foam layers for cooling, supportive sleep. Lisa gives you 100 nights to try a mattress risk-free. 100 nights. For every 10 they sell, they donate 1 to a shelter, which is Chris just mentioned.
See?
Sounds great. That's great.
It does.
So go ahead. Please pick up your smartphone of whatever size screen, whatever operating system you use. Pick it up. Go to leesa.com/Vergecast and get $75 off your purchase. That's $75 off your mattress at leesa.com/Vergecast. Lisa.com/Vergecast.
One of my friends actually just bought one of these.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure didn't use a coupon code.
Oh my God.
Oh, they're going to be pissed. This is one of the rare things where
Actually,
I know people use this. And,
you want to hear a super true story?
Yes.
I also didn't use a coupon code. It's sitting in my entryway right now.
Oh my God.
Are you
What
real?
are we doing here? Everybody listening to this, just go use the coupon code to
You
make up
should use a
for
coupon
Chris's
code.
friend. And
No,
David's.
I didn't because of ethics.
What? Wait, what's the ethics of using a coupon?
Because they advertise for our site.
But you're already buying it.
Yeah.
That's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
That doesn't make
This
sense.
is available to everyone.
Hard, bright line.
It's a coupon.
I want
It's available
everybody
to
use it.
everyone. You're allowed to avail yourselves of things that are available to everyone.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's like
that's
like
how
Yeah,
special
that's
it's
like
not-
even
that's not
like
true. If a tech company threw a big open party and like was offering free food and drinks to everyone,
But that's not to everyone in the world. Do you not know how this works? That's like if you signed onto the App Store and an app was 99 cents off and you're like, well, I guess I'll have to wait till this is not on sale anymore.
I kind of honestly, I see what Dieter's saying.
there you
You're
go.
crazy.
No, I see what he's
You people are
saying.
crazy.
Hype check ethics.
You need them. You
You're
need them.
listening to this.
It makes society function, kind of.
Oh my god. No, oh
Okay,
my
that's
gosh.
not true. First
That's-
of all, hype check your naive idea about society.
Well,
Society runs on corruption and graft and a
greed.
little bit of murder. And I think
money.
I've been playing a lot of Arkham Knight, and I have a really
Oh,
warped
yeah.
idea about.
Are you Batman?
Can I tell you this?
Where are you
Neeli is
Let me
the
tell you-
Batman.
okay, we're out of the ad zone. It's over. Go buy a mattress. Okay. Do it. Use the coupon
Wait, I
code.
want
Go
to
buy
hear.
a mattress. No, I'm gonna tell you about that.
give me the Patel spiel.
No, I was like, Sam's party was on Friday.
Yeah.
It was a good party. We had a great night. It was everyone drank a little too
And
much.
then he got drunk and ordered a mattress.
And then I bought like so many mattresses, and I was like, I need some cloud services. It was wild night, drunk, up, just crazy.
Have you heard about Harry's? Because they offer a great shave.
Oh God.
It was the best, you know. Anyway, so the next day, I'm like at home. I was sick at your party. I wasn't gonna come out. but
You
I
were
was
hungover as F the next day.
I was hungover and I was sick because I did not heal myself. I was like, alcohol will fix this cold. Glug glug glug.
That was a good one.
Yeah, and then I was like,
Hype
plop,
check
plop.
that noise.
It's a weird night again.
Wow.
So the next day, Becky's out of town. My wife is out of town. I was like, finally, I'm going to spend hours playing Arkham Knight.
You like dress up as Batman and you're like, I'm going to do it.
I put on my bat suit.
I'm Batman.
No, but I was like, I was so sick and hungover that I was like, I got to get out of bed and play Batman. I did this for like 3 hours in the morning. I was like, I got to get something done today, man. I got to start this Batman game. But now I've been playing it ever since.
So you did start it.
And
You did or
Where
did not?
does that story go?
That story goes with I've been playing a lot of Batman, and I believe the world runs on corruption and murder.
Got it.
It's really shaping my worldview.
That's fine.
Have you played this game?
No, I don't play video games.
Of course he's played it.
What? There's some games you don't play.
That's true.
I did everything except finding all the stupid little Joker thingers.
Joker fingers?
Joker thingers. There's like question marks all over creation.
Riddler thingers.
Riddler thingers. That's right.
I
Riddler
played the
thingers.
PC version
Yeah.
and threw an insane amount of PC power at it just to get it to run.
PC Master Race.
And
yeah.
I have stopped about 3/4 of the
Is
way
the
through.
PC version back out after they pulled it?
If I already had it,
Okay.
I bought it, so I got to. And again, ethics. I paid for that.
Did you use a coupon code?
Nope.
Well, like staring
Full
yourself in the
price.
mirror, just like, I hate
I'm
myself
gonna
right
use it.
now.
Look, I would use somebody else's coupon code, but I
That
think
makes
using
no
ours
sense.
is not okay.
Where-
So-
so-
Moving on. We're going to talk about this
I mean,
router,
if you
right?
really break it down, whatever. Let's talk about the router.
Yeah, fine. Talk about the router. Dieter, you wrote up the router. Talk about
No, I didn't actually.
Who did?
I
thought you
believe it
did.
was Jake.
All right, well,
How did that not leak? Also,
why would that leak?
Why would it leak?
dude, FCC filings, Google router. It's like
No, but it's made by
it's leak
TP-Link.
fodder.
Yeah, TP-Link makes it. It looks like an Amazon Echo basically, but there's no microphone, which is what you'd want on something like that.
But
But they made it.
But it has a speaker at the top.
Yeah, but it has
Wait,
a speaker at the top.
why would you want a microphone on your
So you
router?
could make it a Google
Really?
Now machine. Anyway, it's made like a pretty cylinder so that you are willing to like stick it in the middle of your living room
Sam
instead
just
of burying
totally
it
like
under a table.
hammed it for the camera. He just did like a
Google
big
Now
exaggerated
machine?
confused face. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Alexa. Like the Echo is cool because
Yeah,
you can
Amazon
talk to
Echo is
it,
cool.
But Alexa
yeah,
is
but
not great.
but the Alexa is not trying to be a router. A router is a router because it is a router. You can't ask it commands.
it's a router because it's a router.
Yeah, Alexa
I
is
follow you.
Alexa because it's a cylinder that you can speak to.
No, I understand the logic of making it a Google Now machine because the idea is for gradually the router to become like the ugly
yeah,
heart of the home.
they
It's going
are-
to be your server.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
it does
all
in
these
fact
other
have
things.
bits to control home automation stuff.
I could see it.
And it also does the thing. Your channels on your Wi-Fi, and one of them stops working, it will automatically hunt for the best channel.
Sure.
And it's controlled apparently through apps, and it's less annoying to enter passwords. Although I mean, I will have to see how that.
But I'm
actually
deeply
goes.
confused why they made this. Like so it does so it's Google's router. They're gonna make another one with Asus, I think.
Yeah.
Or Netgear,
Well, they just made
whatever.
this like reference design, and they said, "Hey, go run
Yeah,
wild."
it's like a Nexus router, right? It's weird, but it's got an app that like makes it better. It, like you can prioritize devices that are streaming video. And it's some like cool
Oh, so you
ideas
mean
about a router.
functions of a router.
Well, no, but like
Right.
Prioritization
so
is
it's-
not a
it's
new.
just-
yeah, but with
router.
your Nighthawk, like that's like a thing you have to like go and do, and the setup screens are ugly and they're not great.
Oh, so it does it already? Is what you're saying? It's automatic.
Yeah, this is like you can open like a
you
beautiful
can open it up
material
and be
design
like,
app on your
"Yo,
phone.
my Apple TV needs to get the priority streaming," and then everything else is behind that.
Yeah,
You
but
can
what you're
choose
saying
one.
is it looks nice.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
it's easy to use.
Apparently,
right?
it's
Like-
easier to pair, like get
Okay.
on the Wi-Fi
Right, because
network
it
in the
has a
first place.
speaker on the top. So the whole thing is like it has an app called Google On, and then I don't know who the hell is ever going to do this, but your friends come over, they can download the Google On app, and you can text them or you can text them a link off of your Google On app, and then their phone will listen to your router, which is like emitting a tone all the time, and then it'll connect.
Or you
Which-
just use Windows 10 and Windows Phone, and then
Or
you
no,
steal all your
or
friends' passwords.
or you could just set an easy to type in password, and your friends could connect to your Wi-Fi like human beings. But I think what you should make your friends do is download a weird Google app that only works with your router, and then get a text message from you with a special code that
Wait,
listens to your router and then
that's
connects
how
to
you
Wi-Fi.
can. That's how you have to connect to the routers. Downloading an app.
No, you
No,
can,
the-
you can
that-
punch
you
in
have
a
options.
password.
You can punch in the password. It's
okay.
just like they built this other system that is simpler, but is actually much more complicated.
They built a router for normals.
but did they? It's like lots of normals have routers.
Yeah, like I can create
Right,
my
and-
own network on my router that is just for guests and make.
but
the
you have a
password be like-
Nighthawk.
Yeah,
Your
because
router,
like-
your
because
router
I'm
can
like-
also
I'm
like take to the skies.
I'm a
and fly.
grown ass man.
You got GANs.
I mean, if the thing has better range than my router, I'll probably get one.
No, get a Nighthawk.
I don't want a freaking spaceship in my living room. I only have
Yeah,
one.
because I'm sure you have no nerdy things. In your living room.
Chris is a Nighthawk.
right.
Eli is Batman, and Dieter
the
is.
the nerdiest thing in my living room that's not hidden in like a drawer or a cabinet
Your
or
Lara
something.
Croft model.
Is wow, you are a.
This is why we made him move to Austin. We're like, you can't be near regulars.
Wii U controller.
Oh,
Wii U controller.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. Oh,
pretty bad.
You just made the perfect segue because that's the one thing I wanted to make sure that I talked about. It's 'cause I won't
Splatoon
be
and how great
on.
Splatoon is, and we should all be talking about Splatoon
Oh.
forever.
I don't know when I'll be here next.
Okay.
People need to go get a Wii U. That is my like message from the
Wow.
video game world.
Why?
I've said this before. Splatoon is great.
Yep.
It is the most accessible shooter that I've played forever.
I'm going to go and get myself a master's in UI design and computer electronics so that I can figure out how to find out where my friends are on the Wii U so I can play with other people.
Don't worry about that. You can play with normal people. You're not going to be talking on it anyway because it doesn't have voice chat, so don't worry about it. But the other thing is Super Mario Maker,
which
is
good?
Coming out. What I have played of this game, the basic idea for people who don't understand is you can create 2D Mario levels now, and you can switch on the fly between graphics that look like they are from the NES, from the Super Nintendo, and the Wii U, and there's probably going to be some surprises. They keep hinting at there being a lot more. It can connect to your amiibos, so you can add in other characters to the game in certain ways. Not that you're going to ever do that. The bigger thing is the number of levels that they already have that are fantastic that I played on my own are great. But there's been a community that has been making Mario levels on their own for PC forever.
Yeah.
And once that community gets a hold of this thing and starts uploading it, there's going to be such a wealth of interesting things that it's basically what we'll see once the review copy actually.
When does it come out?
September. The 11th of September. Which is their official wording because they won't say September 11th. True.
Why
True
can't-
story.
Is that a Tuesday?
I don't know. It's probably a Sunday because that's usually when they release their games. But
It's a
games usually release
Friday.
on Tuesday?
it's a Friday. Oh, yeah.
Weird.
It's a new thing for them. But whatever the case, it is fantastic. And of all the, original games this year, it's the one I'm most excited by. Halo is definitely, obviously, going to be great for people who like Halo and Forza.
Do you play Master Chief Collection?
Yeah, it was a bust.
No, why?
Because it didn't work.
No, it works now. I bought an
Oh,
Xbox One.
yeah.
I didn't tell you. I bought an Xbox One specifically for Master Chief, and I play every day.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's finally working after a year.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, you're
just in time for Halo 5.
Yeah, you got to get warmed up.
Yeah, the point is there are so many good games on Wii U. It feels like the one system that at least delivers on the promise of all its games. So I recommend people actually go out and buy it. Yeah, everything else I played that has been first-party exclusive, except for Bloodborne, which is fantastic but super difficult, nothing has really met the hype. There's just not a lot that I've seen from Sony or Microsoft that I feel is any different than what I was playing on 360, but a little prettier.
That's fair.
Yeah, and the things that like Witcher are drastically better on PC. Not that I expect anyone to go out and spend money on an expensive PC.
Well, everyone has to go out and buy an expensive PC to run their Oculus Rift, and
there you go.
Another 6 months.
The dream, I still think what I recommend for people is get a Vita for your handheld. The 3DS is fine too. Whatever, you'll be okay. A Wii U for your game console, and then a PC for your third-party games, and you'll be all set. But then you can't play Destiny. I
A
guess.
Wii U and a PC game rig.
Wow.
Yeah.
This
is what happens when you move to Austin and suddenly your cost of living plummets.
No. I'm sorry
super
that I don't
weird.
buy 5 phones every 6 months.
Look, this one has a sandpapery back, this one has a curved screen, and this one has a stylus.
I need them all.
I need them all.
I gotta have these 3: a Pikachu and a Mewtwo.
I'm just saying.
I will say I for most people I disagree with 3 out of 3 of your suggestions.
Burn.
What would
I
you
think most people
Buying
should
a
just buy a
Vita is
PS4
like,
and be done.
I think
I think that's right. If you are just the very, very typical gamer who's going to play Madden and Grand Theft Auto, you are right.
this guy.
In Destiny,
Although-
if that's what you're going to do, PlayStation
Should
is
I
going to be your
switch
best.
from the Xbox One to a PS4?
100%.
Really?
Nope.
That is a
Nope.
stupid question.
Nope.
Why?
Don't do it.
What?
Tomb Raider.
You know that's coming out to PlayStation.
Yeah, they lost exclusivity.
The whole yes, it
Well, they never
runs
had it.
better.
They
It's
just
a
had
more
it for a
comfortable
period.
system. The controller's better.
Yeah.
The Xbox One is.
It's like I already
such
bought a bunch of Xbox
disappointment.
One games.
That's the problem I have.
You're going to be fine having.
So
both.
sell them back to GameStop for $2.50.
I mean, I want to buy a PS4, but I've got a
can't, they're
Wii U and an
digital.
Xbox. It's like, what am I doing?
Oh, that's
I can't
right.
have all
Yeah,
three.
the only
That'd
thing
be
that you
dumb.
need is Bloodborne.
Super annoying.
It's so
But you're not
busted.
going to play that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to play that.
Yeah.
I will say this.
Wait.
I'm looking forward to Metal. Here, I have a question.
Yeah.
A philosophical.
Oh, is Metal Gear going to be good?
No, not that. It's a philosophical question about art and the time of video
great.
games.
Video games are fart.
Here's my question, and it's real. So I'm for a variety of very stupid reasons, mostly that I'm stupid. I'm looking forward to Metal Gear 5.
Okay.
Right.
That's okay.
It's okay.
I
like
think it's
things.
going to be...
Well,
And
there's,
like-
there's,
I like
there's a
like
complicated
things.
backstory here.
But like
he's
this
probably
game is,
getting at.
and like they fired Kojima, and like the
Yeah,
whole,
yeah.
it's like a mess, right?
Yeah,
This game's
it's
a
an
mess,
utter mess.
and it's probably going to be bad.
Yeah.
But
That's not necessarily true, though.
you never know. But
Maybe, yeah.
they've been getting,
kinda know.
I would say, Metal Gear games have been getting progressively more insane. They're fun to play,
Not
but
to-
they're
I would
crazy.
disagree.
Well, I
I think
they're
3 is great.
fun. The Snake Eater.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's great. But here's the thing.
Yes.
There's no way to remember the Metal Gear backstory. It can't be done, right?
Yes.
But there's also no way to like.
Does
go
the game
and-
expect you to?
Yes.
Oh
Really?
God.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
Metal Gear,
gosh.
Metal Gear's like, do you remember like random like, and they keep killing characters
So,
and recombining
yeah.
them so they have the same
And
names.
4 came with, there was an app you could download on the PS3 that was like an entire encyclopedia, but it was just impenetrable.
Can you
So
like
way
play
you
the
had to
game
read
and
it was-
ignore the plot and just like have fun?
Maybe.
doing?
Well, that's my
You
hope
have
with
to sit through
5
the
because 5
cutscenes.
is a little more open world. But yeah, the cutscenes are like hours.
Yeah. And the cutscenes are all like, I mean, like, they're
all
Metal Gear 4 was like straight up like, oh, it's you, Liquid Snake, my brother, but only half of you because your arm is connected to my enemy, Revolver Ocelot. Now you're a new character named Liquid Ocelot. It's like, what
And
the
Wow,
fuck
you
is
really
going
know
on?
these games.
Might
Wow,
be
you
better
really played
skipping
through
the
them.
story
Huh?
because 5 might be better skipping the story.
That's not
because
even
the
like
story that
one
it's hinting
tiny bit.
I
how
think that was the
complicated these games
nerdiest
are.
I've seen you in a while,
mean-
going off
Yeah.
on Metal Gear. Like
You're
that
not-
was.
But here's my question.
You're not meant
Yeah.
The
to.
big
Okay,
thing
go.
question: how is it possible to have these narratives exist in time if you can't access the old ones?
Doesn't matter. It's a video game.
But you can access
But
them.
you can't
Yeah.
play Metal Gear 1.
Right.
You can't.
You buy a PlayStation.
Well, you can't. But it's on NES. Like,
No,
you buy it.
almost all these games. But
it's bad. Like, it's like- it's not like an enjoyable
I mean, you
I
can
get what you're
argue,
saying because
nah.
in the case of Metal Gear, this isn't necessarily true. But in the case of other series, there are games where it's like, other than emulating them,
Yeah.
you can't go back and play them. Which is
no,
the,
I'm saying
the
even
archival
if
problem.
even
with
if you
video
told me
games.
that I could go back and play the
you
original
would
NES
because
Metal
it's
Gear,
going to be torture.
it would be. It's because it's awful.
Yes,
It's like not a fun game to play.
I think this is not a thing that video
Yeah.
game people will agree with.
Oh well.
But
have you tried Google Play Music?
Oh God! For me, I typically what I tend to fall in love with in a game is the actual experience of playing it.
Yeah.
And I like games like Just Cause. Maybe the most story-based game that I really like is like Earthbound from Super Nintendo.
Right.
But I tend to believe and enjoy things that are inherently just fun to play. And what I remember is that that's the narrative for me, is watching games grow. And like watching something like Metal Gear go from this thing that's like two-dimensional, and you see like how it's figuring out stealth, and kind of, even though I don't really remember any of the story, seeing how it's figuring out what it's going to become as a story. And I enjoy that as a work of art, watching this thing expand and grow and like struggle against its limitations. And I don't really enjoy the story, but I do want to play every Metal Gear game because it's like, oh, what's so wonderful about video games is when you have sequels in movies, yeah, technology changes a little bit, but they all kind of still look pretty similar
This
after the 1990s.
This is basically that you're getting at the heart of my question.
Yeah, but when you play a video game, it's such an amazing thing to go back and look at these franchises. Even Lara Croft, I joked about it, but to look at how that franchise has like found its place in culture and in technology and in how it likes to tell a story is so much more interesting and rich than the actual stories the game's telling. And if you like pull back from your games and look at them as that, as like kind of the stories behind the games, they're so much richer. Mario is another example. Like Mario Maker, that's part of what's so exciting about it, is you get to play this thing that on the fly you are watching history of this character change and like how we needed to perceive him, versus it being like, oh, here's 4 beige dots with a brown dot, and that's his mustache. And then we now see him as like a 3D character, and we believe that those are the same thing, which is crazy because how did we get to that point where it's like, oh, of course Mario looks like this? We couldn't tell what Mario looked like for the first 15 years.
Austin's changed you.
What?
You're deeply
You're way too
philosophical,
hopeful
man.
and happy.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
Excited about
That's what's
the
exciting
world.
about games.
Deeply.
Smoking that
So yes,
deep cheap.
I'm looking forward to Metal Gear Solid 5 because even with the sad backstory,
Yeah.
weirdly, from a very selfish point of view, that makes it very exciting to me because it's like, it's a rare ending to something, right?
Right.
Like we don't get endings in video games very often, and this feels like a really definitive.
Because they fired the
they'll make more games.
Yeah.
But this isn't. Yeah. This is an ending.
This is like an end of an era moment.
And like when they're like, "Oh, this is the ending," we actually know for once. Like, "Oh, wow, this is like a legit end to whatever this thing is," and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Metal Gear for me is like such a weird. Metal Gear is like every so often I spend 60 hours of my life trying to decipher what the story is.
No, yeah, don't worry about it. Just don't. Especially with this one, it's all about like. Well, everything they've shown in trailers has been like child soldiers, and then there's like
it's been a child soldiers from the beginning.
Woman. Yeah,
and it's always been over sexualized.
That's a very good.
These are the things that Metal Gear.
They're just
about.
more on the nose now.
Yeah,
you actually see it.
Well, you saw them in the old ones too, but like whatever. Yeah. Like it's Metal Gear. It's like it. Metal Gear is so crazy. I think that's why I like it. It's so audaciously crazy.
I also think your generation, which is weird because we're very close in terms of generations, but your age group, and I think you might be at the very bottom of this, the people who played the original Metal Gear 1 on PlayStation and were old enough
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, sorry, Metal Gear Solid. And were old enough to like actually appreciate it for what it was, which I was maybe a little too young to do. I think that group, I look at my uncle who is the same way, who's like also close to my age, but I think people have like a very close connection with this series.
Right.
Same with Gran Turismo. Like there's a group of people for whom the PlayStation 1 was this like thing. Where it's like, I am playing movies, and I think that's why you're probably stuck for it.
My first hype check, Metal Gear.
Sam doesn't.
I've never played Metal Gear.
But here's what you should be able to still measure the hype, don't you think?
Yeah. It's tough. One of our phones is ringing.
I think we're at time.
Oh yeah, we're well beyond it.
Yeah.
South Dakota. Do you know
this is what happens when you get if you get review phones.
Ceci est le flash d'information de la semaine. Le président élu du Burundi.
Seriously, we're getting it's like a random French person called us and started screaming.
From South Dakota?
From South Dakota.
Au Sénégal, la Cour suprême vient de confirmer la condamnation de Karim Wade.
Look, this isn't like spy shit, right?
Et 138 milliards de francs d'amende. La mission des Nations Unies au Mali.
The mission.
Sans l'aval du gouvernement.
Hello? Okay, I just want to point out, we've been talking about Metal Gear for so long, and the spy fucking called us with like orders to kill somebody.
Here we go. Nerdy Neela.
Does anybody speak French?
I don't know how to say this, but all that plop plop talk in the Samsung thing has me needing to wrap the show.
Yeah.
All right, Sam, engage.
What up?
It's your last time, man, and you gotta do it for us. You can't do it for a new gig.
Can I even do that? Is that legal?
Yes, the cops are here, man.
If you'd like to follow y'all, is what you got to say.
This situation has been illegal from the start.
If you would like to follow The Verge, you should tweet at The Verge.
By the way, a French person just randomly called us and like yelled at us on the phone. What the fuck was that?
That was an automated spam machine, presumably.
Well, why was it yelling at me in French from South Dakota?
Was that actually French?
Can anybody explain what that was?
You should follow The Verge on Snapchat. They're The Real Verge. I don't run that account anymore, but some human does. And it's...
We're actually, the listing for a social reporter to run the Snapchat account on the site. Yep. Go crazy. Apply. You could be the new chef.
Take my job. Try it. And...
What?
And... Facebook.com/Verge if you don't follow it already. YouTube.com/The Verge. You guys, they, not we, not me, that organization makes kick-ass video. And then I'm Sam Sheffer everywhere on the web.
Oh, wow. Way to promote yourself. Jeez.
Yeah.
And that's it. Back to you, Niles.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
All right. Chris, you want to promote your show?
Kick it back really fast.
Go listen to What's Tech. It's on SoundCloud. It's on theverge.com/What's Tech. It's on iTunes. I think at like iTunes.com/What's Tech. Maybe try it.
Yeah, iTunes.com/The Verge.
You should check it out. Here's what everybody says who doesn't listen to it and then tries listening to it. Wow, I thought I was so smart and didn't need your show, but it turns out it's really good. So that could be you. You could be a person who thinks you're too smart for the show, and then you could enjoy it.
That's a real bummer pitch.
You're
actually an idiot.
Yeah, no, listen, you need this. You need it.
What's your next episode?
The next episode, we just did cyber sex. The next episode is... you'll find out. I think it's going to be fantasy sports. just in time for fantasy football time.
I'm into it.
We might include a few suggestions for people who actually play fantasy football.
Nice.
Which everybody should. It's very fun. It's
It
like
is fun.
D&D.
We should do like a thing. Okay, and check out Verge ESP. Emily and Liz have a great podcast as well. That's rocking away. All of them are iTunes.com/The Verge. Thank you for listening. I know it's been a raucous episode. You got Thrasher over here. Sam, you're fired. I think it's been real, but it's time for you to leave. Sam is whatever he is. Dieter is Backlon. I'm Reckless.
At Plante.
At Plante with an E.
Neil is the Batman.
I am the Batman. I'm coming for you with my weird French phone call from South Dakota. That's the Vergecast. Thank you much for listening. We'll be back next week. Rock and roll.
Bye!
Oh my God. This episode of the Vergecast is brought to you by Braintree. If you're working on a mobile app and searching for a simple payment solution, check out Braintree. It's a simple integration you can offer your customers every way to pay, period. To learn more and for your first 50,000 transactions fee-free, go to braintreepayments.com/Vergecast.